it's Lydia here, and for today's video I'm going to be showing you some warrior braids. Whether you're going to be dressing up as an Amazonian from Wonder Woman or any other kind of warrior kind of character, these hairstyles will work great. They're all pretty simple and easy to do, but they're still really cool and great for if you just want to be like a warrior that day. Let's dive into this video. Okay, so for this first hairstyle, you're going to start by sweeping your hair straight back, and then you're going to take your fingers from kind of either side of your head, should be about 3 inches wide or so, and just go from your hairline to the nape of your neck, picking up all that hair. And then with the hair on either side, I'm just going to clip it up and out of the way. So then right up at the front, you're just going to start a French braid. So grab a smaller section up at the front, split it into 3, and braid over the middle section for a French braid all the way to the nape of your neck, and I'd recommend taking in smaller sections for a cool look. And once you finish the French braid, just braid a few inches normally and temporarily hold your place and let down your side sections. So then we are going to make another section on each side of our head, and this is going to be much smaller than the first braid. You want some tiny Dutch braids on either side, so you're just going to make a really small section on either side of the braid. So once you've got all the sections sectioned off, then just secure what remaining hair you have left out of the way, and then you're just going to Dutch braid these sections of hair. But the key to make this really interesting and unique is to take in tiny sections. You want to start off with like only hairs and take in that amount. You really just want a very detailed braid, so this is the way you're going to get it. Once you've finished Dutch braiding, just braid as far as you can normally, or as far as you want to, I should say, and just secure it right there in place. Repeat that on the other side. And then I'm gonna quickly pull apart the French braid just to make it nice and big and fluffy. Okay, so the final step is just to assemble it all together. So I'm pulling everything into a low ponytail and just securing it there with a small elastic. And then finally, I'm just going to loosen up some hairs around my hairline. So then I'm just going to curl the pieces around my face. You want a loose curl, you don't want like ringlets around your face. And that is it for hairstyle number 1. This one is one of my favorites. I love the braids and just the hair around the face. And on one side, pick up a section of hair and split it into 3 and begin braiding over. And then once you braid it over a couple times, add in hair from the top, but on the bottom, just braid normally. And you're going to do this to the back of your head. And then once you've finished that lace braid, just braid a few inches normally, and then temporarily secure your place and dishevel the braid. And then just repeat the same thing on the other side. You've done both braids, just pull them both to the back of your head, and you're going to secure it with an elastic. And you want to make sure to put this elastic pretty low, like almost at the nape of your neck. And then on the last time you pull it through, leave it looped. So then we're kind of going to do the same thing with the rest of your hair, except for this time you're going to be doing just a regular French braid where you add in hair for both sides. So you're just going to pick up a section of hair right at the front, and if you want to leave out any face framing pieces, do that now. And then just braid over the middle section and incorporate hair from both sides, braiding to the back. And just secure thread at the end and pull it apart. And just repeat the same thing on the other side. And then just pull the 2 French braids to the back as well. And we're just going to do a loop right underneath the first one. Secure your hair with that elastic, and the last time you pull it through, leave it looped. And like we did before, I'm going to curl the pieces around my face. And there you go. I love how unique and cool this is, but it's really not that much work. Once you get the hang of the French braid, it's super easy, and it's a lot easier than the other hairstyle because you don't have to braid all the way back. It's just on the sides of your head, so it's really quick and great for beginners. Aren't your thing, what you can do is actually make a bubble ponytail. So what you're going to do with the top one, just secure it with an elastic, and then on the bottom one you can just secure all the hair with one big elastic, or not one big elastic, and one big ponytail, and then pull apart the hair in between the 2 elastics to make a bubble. And there you go. This one's really cool as well. But if your hair is just not working with the loops, or you think it's kind of weird and you don't really want to do it, this is a great option as well. And you could also take that bottom elastic and loop it like so to make kind of like a bubble and then a bun. Or you could do a kind of bubble ponytail all the way down. Whatever you want to do. This hairstyle has a lot of options. You could also leave it at the half updo point, which is really cool as well. So no matter what hair length, hair type, whatever your style is, you can do this hairstyle. So now let's do a half updo. So I'm going to start by grabbing a large section on one side of my part, splitting it into 3 and just doing a regular braid back. And then every now and then I'm going to tie a knot in the braid. This will just give the braid a little more texture, but it's not that much work once you get the hang of it. And then just repeat the same thing on the other side. Okay, so I'm actually going to be redoing this braid because I wanted to leave some hair out and I didn't think I wanted to at first, but now I realize I do, so I'm going to be redoing this braid. And if you want to leave out hair, I would recommend doing it before you do the braid, because if you try to do it afterwards, it's going to mess up the braid. So I'll leave out some pieces around my face and then do the braid back. Just going to pull the braids to the back and see if they can reach to secure it with an elastic. I think they can. If your hair can't reach all the way to the back to secure it with an elastic, you can just pin it as far back as you can. So there's this one piece right up at the front that was sticking up, so I'm just going to pin that to my head. I think we can move on. So then I'm just going to take some hair and wrap it around that little elastic. You don't have to do this, but I do like it. It just makes it look a little more uniform. And then pin it in place. I am sorry for the terrible lighting. The sun is no longer with us, and so it went behind a cloud. It's fall. I really need to figure out some other way to get lighting, but for now we're just gonna have to bear through the bad lighting. I will try to figure this out. I'm going to do one last braid, and you're just going to grab a section of hair right around the ends of those 2 other braids, adding the ends with your hair, and just braid it all the way down, and doing the same method we've been doing where you add knots every few inches. love about this braid is you can be as messy as you want to be, and it's okay because it just makes it look even cooler. And secure it at the end with an elastic. That is it for this hairstyle. I love how cool and texturized the braids are, but if it's too much work for you, you can totally just go with regular braids. This hairstyle would still look just as cute. So another cool thing you could do is like take the hair from over your ears and do a braid with this all the way down and then secure it with an elastic. So like this is part 2 of the hairstyle. Take all the hair left from over your ear, braid it with that knotted braid or regular braid or any other braid you want to do. This hairstyle is like a cool warrior hairstyle, but could also work for like a princess hairstyle too. Just because like the braids and the half updo, maybe with some curls. I'm just going to pull both those braids back, and then I'm going to kind of pull them down to like the nape of my neck and secure them there, not securing them like right underneath the other braids. There you go, and if you'd like, you can either leave it as a ponytail, you can braid it all the way down, or I think I am going to leave it as a loop, mostly just because I'm kind of obsessed with them right now, if you couldn't tell. And there you go. Okay, so for this last hairstyle, I am going to start by sweeping my hair straight back and picking up a large section from the front. And just start braiding under the middle section and incorporate small sections of hair as you go, keeping this braid nice and tight against your head. So once you've done your Dutch braid, just split all the hair into 2 sections and begin a fishtail braid, but you're going to be braiding under the middle section as you go because everything else is braiding under and it just looks better if you do that. Now if your hair isn't long enough at all for a fishtail braid, you can just secure that Dutch braid at the bottom with an elastic. Last step, obviously, I'm going to be loosening up some pieces around my face, and there you go. This one I kept really tight and minimal, but if you want to, you can pull it apart. It will still look really cool and warriorish. And this would look extra cool if your hair was super long and you just have this really long fishtail braid. That would look amazing. So whatever length of hair you have, you can do this hairstyle. That's why I love it. Guys, that is it for all my warrior hairstyles. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and if you're new to my channel, subscribe below because I post hair tutorials every single Monday and fashion videos on Friday. And please tell me in the comments below which one of these hairstyles was your favorite and what video would you like to see next. And if you'd like to see more character hairstyles, I have a whole playlist which I will link below. Alright guys, bye!